And if someone comes up to you with an attitude, you say, eat me. And if you want to shine them on, it's hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, or later, one. And if someone gets upset, you say, chill out. Or you could do combinations.
Chill out. What?
That's great, see, you're getting it.
No problemo.
Hello and welcome to the second part of this project of the Terminator project. So in the first video we traced and animated John Connor. Actually we only traced him, he still hasn't been animated. But in this video we'll be tracing the Terminator. Now this project was what's the word I'm thinking of? Was not recommended. Yes, it was recommended by a subscriber called Infinite Psychosis. So thank you, Infinite Psychosis. I hope I'm pronouncing that again. I apologize if I'm butchering it. But thank you so much for requesting this this project here. It was a tough one, but I'm thankful for the challenge, and I hope that I can get more requests and I can see what projects I can cook up. It's always challenging to do something that someone else requested, because you have to figure out, well, what's the best way to do, and also you gotta try to set the standard. So I hope you are impressed if you're watching this, and yeah, let's get into this Terminator project. So with this one, what I did was I started with the head. It was very simple, and along doing this project I was really happy with how the Terminator was looking, but as soon as I began adding colors to the project, I really struggled a lot with the color, and it was difficult because the more I added colors, the more it wasn't looking like him. And there were things that I had planned to do with this character, and unfortunately it didn't work out the way I would have wanted him to do, or the way I would have wanted him to work out. So what I had planned was that this character was gonna do like a head turn. So he was gonna turn his head to the side, and that's why I animated the nose in a different layer than I normally would. But when I did do the animation of his head turn, it just didn't look good. It looked okay, it wasn't too terrible, but I wasn't very pleased with it. And I was very positive about tracing this character, and again, the colors really just, of the Terminator in specific, just were like, oh man, this isn't looking like him. And I had to play around, and I added some few features, but then as I was animating this, there were things that I just removed because I was like, no, this isn't working out the way I wanted to. So I did remove some of the things in the final animation, but in this project you will see all the steps that I went through to get to the final character design of this trace and animate. So here you can see he's looking good. Like without the colors, I thought he looked fantastic, because you could be like, yeah, this is the Terminator. But yeah, when the colors come in, oh boy, that kicked my butt. But yeah, I'm excited for you guys to see, and I'll just point out the few challenges that I had. So here right now I'm working on the body, and because this was very extreme close-ups, not too extreme, I'd say, what is it? I suppose it's just a close-up. It didn't take very long to do this character, and I think in total for this video alone it was about 45 minutes in real time, but obviously I've reduced that to 10 minutes so that you don't really need to see unnecessary steps, or otherwise it just becomes too slow. So right now I'm just adding the shades to his face, and I've already created his jacket, and we should be getting close to the part where we're gonna be adding the colors. So you can see it was just the little details. I tried not to add too many features because otherwise it becomes too complicated, and then once it becomes too complicated, it does become a bit difficult to add the animation. So right now, adding a few just little lines to his jacket, adding the shades to it, and a few lines that obviously that make it more visible, I think, as you're looking at it at the body. So yeah, so again, the reason that I chose this scene was because they were driving. I haven't done a project where they're driving before in all the projects that I've done. Usually if not all of them, have been where the background has just been still and the characters have been the main attention. So here at least there was more than one thing to take the attention of whoever's watching. So here you can see the colors are coming, but I was just not happy. Something for me just did not look right. I was like, no, this isn't looking like the Terminator. And I think it's also the lips, to be honest. When I'm looking at the lips, I think that's what I can attribute it to, because I'm looking at him and I'm like, okay, right now he does certainly look like the Terminator. But I think once the lips were added to the character, and because I used pre-existing lips to the character, I think that definitely worked against me, if I'm being honest. And yeah, because then the lips just did not look like the character, and I think that really put me off, because he looked very weird. Because it definitely does look like the Terminator, but the lips, So I think you'll see that once I import the lips and once it's coming to life. So here right now you can see I'm done adding the colors. I tried to add some more features, but it didn't translate too well to the animation, the stuff that I wanted to trace, so I ended up removing it. So here you can see I've come to the part where I'm adding a flare and just making him, you know, giving him that what's the word I'm looking for, giving him my artistic style. So here you can see they're adding a few things, and then what I also did with this project is that I added the car. I'm very forgetful this morning. I can't think of words. Weird. So I added the car as well. So you'll see me animating that after I've added the after I've traced here the Terminator. So here is where my problem started. So I did try to match the lips exactly, but it didn't look right. It just didn't look right, and it really bothered me. I won't lie, guys. It really bothered me, and that's why in the animation I wanted really to focus more on John Connor for him to sell this animation, because yeah, the lips, they disappointed me. And I also added more lines towards the final character design. But here, it just, no matter what I tried, I started losing the character. It was like, it's kind of like, you know, when you're trading a bet, oh boy, what am I saying? If you are gambling and you put a bet on, I'm speaking slowly just so I'm more articulate, sorry. So if you're gambling and you put a bet on and you're winning, and instead of taking your winnings and calling it a night, you keep trying to win more and you end up losing everything. And I felt like this is what happened with me tracing the Terminator. I tried to add more and more stuff, but it just did not work in my favor, and in the end I had lost what the character looked like. And so here, me looking at it, I'm like, okay, this is the point. So I feel like some lines I shouldn't have added to him, because it definitely removed a lot of things about this character. And yeah, if I could go back in time, I would definitely do a lot of things differently just to make him look better, because here it was a bit disappointing. And geez, I don't know if I've talked about subscribing, guys. Oh boy. So if you've made it this far, please consider subscribing. I hope I did talk about it in the 5-minute mark, and if I didn't, I suppose I'll just have to put like a subscribe button there. But if you have made it this far, thank you so much for subscribing. I truly do appreciate it, and lots of projects to check out on the channel, so please do consider checking out my channel, see if there's anything that catches your attention, and then what you can do is also put a request, a recommendation for what I can trace and animate. That does help me in terms of the projects, because I also do run out of ideas sometimes. I mean, there are a lot of things to do, but that's the problem, is that sometimes you've got so many choices that you can't decide what to choose. So please consider subscribing, please put a recommendation, and then I will trace and animate it. So please do that and subscribe. And yeah, so let's see. So here right now I'm just putting the a little, I'd say it's John Connor. Yes, it's his head, but that wasn't just to blur it up. So we're coming to the end of this project. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I will check you in the final video. Thanks for watching.